Morning.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. As I mentioned before, Texas State is coming off of a win against Incarnate Word and prepares to take on Georgia State in Atlanta this Saturday. Coach, before we get to questions from the queue, can you give us your thoughts on last week's win against Incarnate Word and the upcoming game against Georgia State?
Well, it's been game number 4 of a non-conference schedule, so we played better in a lot of areas. We've got a lot of areas to improve, but it's always good to win at home in front of your home crowd. And then now we get to start 0-0 as we're looking at it as we start conference play against Georgia State, and really excited about getting started in the Sun Belt Conference. Coach Miles has done a great job of building the program. You look at the blueprint of what he's done there; it's been remarkable. And they played a very, very tough Appalachian State team this past week. Very tough. So we know it's going to be a tough game for us on the road. But we were excited about getting started in Sun Belt play.
Thank you very much, Coach. As a reminder to members of the media on the call, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Everett Withers of Texas State. Coach, 540 yards passing on Saturday set a school record. What was working for Tyler Jones and the offense on Saturday?
Well, we felt like going into the game we could take some shots down the field, and we wanted to do it off of our run game. We never really got our run game like we wanted it. That's been an area of concern for us, but we were able to make a number of explosive plays in the pass game. I think we had 14 explosive plays, but all of them being in the pass game and not the run game. I think Tyler did a good job of finding open receivers, and we had some open receivers, and we connected and made some big plays.
And Coach Lumi Kaba was a significant contributor on special teams. What did you see from him on Saturday?
Well, I think he does a good job. He's got a strong leg. He does a great job of putting the ball placement where we want it, both in the punt game and the kickoff game. And he's a valuable asset to our special teams and our football team because of his strong leg and his accuracy where we want him to place the ball.
And, Coach, what have you seen from Georgia State so far this season?
Well, they're a very competitive team, a lot of athletes. You look at their offense and defense, they're going to be physical up front in both lines. I think you look at the App game and you look at a team that played, physical against a tough physical Appalachian State team. So we know Coach Miles, they're going to be well coached, and they're going to do a great job of being sound in what they do, and they're going to play great defense. Coach Mentor, Rick Mentor, who I've known a long time, is one of the better defensive coaches on the Trent staff. And, they're going to be well prepared. We know that.
And, Coach, finally, there's 3 teams in the coaches poll this week from the Sun Belt that are earning top 25 votes. I mean, from your perspective, what do you think that means for the conference as a whole?
Well, I think it means it's a very competitive conference. I think the conference itself is one that is sometimes overlooked, but there's a lot of talent and a lot of really good coaches in this conference. I think to continue to grow this conference, we keep, conferences like the Sun Belt, and obviously we keep, beating some of the G5 and Power 5 schools. I think that keeps happening. The recognition will continue to grow, but it's great for the Sun Belt.